I wanted to ask you the infamous Source Awards. Like, this is the most infamous thing ever in probably hip hop history that we all saw. Suge Knight is there, the whole West Coast is there, the whole fucking Wu-Tang is there, Biggie and them is there. Did you know DJ Quick was going to diss 8 that night?
I mean, chances are you know that it'd be eight. When I seen 8, then I because they were so deep. I knew something was gonna jump off with him.
Right.
I thought it was gonna be worse.
Right.
I thought everything was gonna be. There was so many different in '95. Was so many different issues. You know, Ice Cube and Bone Thug had issues.
Ice Cube and Bone
Wu-Tang.
Thugs had issues.
Yeah, Bone
didn't know
Thug
that
because
shit.
you know Easy
Right.
had passed and he signed Bone Thugs and you know Ice Cube was dissing Easy and Bone didn't like that and you know what I'm saying. So they looking at each other funny at the awards and Wu-Tang and Biggie.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
niggas
Yeah.
it
It
was
was
tense
up.
between
Yeah. It
them
was
niggas
up.
that
Yeah.
night. Twister and Bone Thugs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Crucial conflict and I mean
Right.
there was issue because you gotta understand, doggy. This was the first time all these artists in their respective territories, these huge artists,
Was in one
seen each
building.
other for the first time.
Right.
These niggas ain't never seen each other for the first time. Like all these niggas in one motherfucking
Right.
building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was tense with a lot of people. It was always tense. But that one was, you know, like, I knew somebody was just gonna get shot in that motherfucker. I just figured, I was like, damn.
The
You know,
South got
94, Pop went up there and
something to say.
grabbed the mic and did Out on Bail. In 95, he was locked up.
Think about this too, right? The South got something to say happened too. Andre
that was
3000.
crazy because I felt I was a part of that because of I think, you know, and I admitted this, you know, they were, you know, of them not getting 5 mics. I think I had to say so in that.
You stopped it? So you admitting to the public.
I mean, I just had to say so in it because I didn't hear the music, man. And I just, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was, you know, I don't think a lot of people did, but I give the people at the source credit, those college kids.
Right.
They heard it.
Right.
I just did it.
Right.
And they want to give them a 5, and I think we broke it down to a 4.5. I wasn't the only one, but I think I was one of the ones. And that was one of the only times that I stuck my neck.
Right. No pun intended. Right.
That I stuck my neck in it, and you know, I regretted it. I'm a man.
Right.
I'm a lot more. I see things different. I shouldn't have done it. And you know, I you know, on your show, I want to apologize to them. You know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I seen the passion in Andre 3000's face because they was booing him.
Right.
You know, they was booing him. Wow. I did have a say-so in them winning the award, so it was kind of a makeup for that.
Right.
Because by then they got huge as fuck, like they seen it. Like especially New York didn't hear it.
Right.
New York didn't hear it.
Right.
Okay. So you understand, I'm from the East Coast now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, it happened, but you know, there's such a big group and they're so unproblematic that I want to make sure that, you know, I could have kept that to myself, but I didn't want to. I want to fess up, you know what I'm saying, and then let them know, look, you know what I'm saying, I didn't hear it, but man, they made us hear it. And that night, he said it that night.
Yeah, and that started like this whole South thing that just was over. The South got something to say.
He ushered in that whole movement.
Yep.
With that night, with those words, and it looked like he wanted to cry.
Yep. Wow. You know? Wow. Yeah. Suge Knight went up there. Did you? What was you like? What the hell is going on when Suge Knight?
I was right there when that happened. I was backstage, so I was looking at it, and I just was like, damn.
Who you thought he was talking about?
First thing I did, I was like, because you know, I had called a couple of niggas because you know we strapped up in that bitch.
Right.
Now up in there we strapped.
Right.
I think we might have for security we might have had the Nation of Islam as the ushers. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure, but I just was like, damn, this shit getting ready. It's getting ready to get, you know, it's getting ready to get ugly. And I thought motherfuckers were just gonna rush the stage. I'm looking in the crowd and watching niggas like talking and mad and you know what I'm saying? I'm watching niggas, New York niggas.
Right.
All kind of niggas. And if it wasn't for, I always say that Snoop diffused it. You know, because when Dr. Dre won the award, it was like You know, what's the matter with y'all, man? We know we in New York.
Y'all don't
New
got no
York in the
love for us?
house.
I thought Snoop pop shit though. I was still a little mad when he said
Yeah,
that though.
yeah, but the way he did it, he was giving New York props because you know he was giving New York props because Snoop, I think, really deep down inside,
Love New
like
York. Yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
respected New York hip hop, loved New York hip hop. Without New York hip hop, where would Snoop be? And I think he recognizes that.
Right, 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 right.
Snoop is a real fan of hip hop, so I know he understands the importance of where it didn't start in L.A.
Right.
and where the influences came from. I think he got it, but they was just so big that and mind you, you know, there's Bloods, Crips. Them niggas is in the front. They got Bloods and Crips. It's both sides
Together.
out there. He flew in about 100 niggas.
Right.
Suge was doing shit that I was doing later on. I'd be flying niggas in and put them in hotels when we was doing them shits in Miami and LA, and he did that shit. That was, and he paid for that set, the jails and all that, and Snoop coming out on the gurney.
Oh,
Like
he
that shit
paid
was
for all of
cool.
that?
They paid for that, all that.
That's one of the dopest performances ever.
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 Because they had everybody.
Right, right,
It's
right.
very weird you have everybody.
That's why I
You know what
said they
I'm
had
saying?
Quick too. Quick was a part of their set.
Everybody.
Yeah, Quick, yeah.
They had Rage,
Right,
Dog Pound,
right.
Quick,
Nate Dogg.
Nate
Rest in
Dogg.
peace, yep.
Come on, man. Like they had, you know, and at the time, each one of the motherfuckers had hits. You know,
Right,
people say what they want to about Suge, but nobody gave us better music of that era than Suge Knight. Like,
right.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
man.
true.
I just
That's true. That's true.
because when you can get New York niggas to love West Coast shit, you
It
know
was
you're doing
tough,
some
bro, because
shit.
I ain't gonna lie to you. At first, I was like, man, get this shit. Because I come from the NWA and the Cube and all that, but that was different because it was musical. You know, with us, we sample bass, it ain't got certain drums. We like, get this shit out of here. That was musical, but it was hard. You know what I'm saying? So
But
it,
Dre was such a sample. You know, Dre is one of the top, you know, for me, influences of producers because the way he sampled was just,
it's clean. See, it was too clean because we got
it
Tribe
was
over here.
clean and big.
Right, but we got
New
Pete
York
Rock and
samples
CL Smooth.
dirty and
Yeah,
thin.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dirty and thin.
Right, right,
You know, them niggas put the bass
right,
in
right,
in clean. You know what
right.
I'm saying? That was the
Our
difference.
shit was very lo-fi over here. His shit
And
was clean. So we was
yeah.
like, what is it?
You know,
Because
I came from the sample thing of Paul C from Queens, the great Paul C, where
absolutely,
I was using the SB 1200. He taught me how to do that, and we would sometimes you would hear the crackling of the fucking thing in the sample, and we wanted that.
I just interviewed Mikey D. He's talking about Paul C. Mikey D from
Paul C, let me tell
yeah.
you, Paul C got killed on my birthday in
Wow.
Queens. We were staying at the Kennedy Inn, and I was recording at 1212.
Wow.
And Paul personally was teaching. We stayed up there for a week and a half recording, and that's when we was with Flavor Unit.
So let me ask you something. When Suge did that, who you thought he was talking about?
Diddy.
But Jermaine Dupri, yeah.
I think Jermaine just wanted the clout.
Right.
I think he wasn't where. I'm sorry, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Jermaine,
Yeah.
Jermaine wasn't. Jermaine wasn't bothering nobody
Right,
for
right,
anybody
right.
to bother Jermaine.
Right, 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 right.
So maybe Jermaine, you know, wants to be involved, but that was Diddy.
We all thought it was Diddy.
No, there's no thought
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was Diddy.
yeah. Right. Emphatically Diddy. Yeah.
That was Diddy.
Diddy
You know?
handled that well though. He didn't have to because he was in New York.
I want to give Jermaine his props though, because Jermaine did dance in videos before Diddy.
Facts.
When he was breakdancing with
UTFO.
UTFO
Yeah,
when he was a little
UTFO.
kid.
Right, right,
When he was
right.
a little kid, he was breakdancing on UTFO.
Right.
But Jermaine, I doubt if Suge seen that.
Right, right, right. Suge wouldn't know about no damn UTFO.
Suge wouldn't know
whatever.
about that.
Yeah.
Speaking of UTFO, rest in peace to
Kango
Kango Kid.
Kid,
Man.
yes.
Me and Kango Kid was personally cool, man.
Right.
And we had a battle with cancer, man. He's such a legend and such a great dude. I got a chance to really kick with him a couple of times personally, man. Just a good dude.
You know, I love UTFO. UTFO birthed the Roxanne thing via Full Force. Then you got the Roxanne thing, and then we get Shantae. Then from Shantae, you get me. So that's what I love
bro.
about the whole
Come
thing.
on,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying?
That's the branches.
Yeah, that's the
6
branches.
degrees.
Yep, yep,
All right.
yep. So let me ask you something. You had children in the industry, 2 children.
Yeah.
One didn't work as well as it should have. Why didn't the Ray
Doggie Diamonds did this. Doggie Diamonds did this.